have for Aries in this new year? What do we have for Aries spirit for this new year? Very first card. Here we go. Inner awareness. We're going to have inner awareness this year. Lots of creativity is coming in for you this year. Okay. Lots of creativity. Lots of creativity. All right. So yeah, we have the Hanged One. That is the overall card for Aries. And this is kind of really surrendering your pride, surrendering your feelings, and really honoring yourself above all. Aries, this year you have to honor yourself above all. Okay, regardless of who people expect you to be, who people want you to be, the kind of life people want you to live, Aries, I am seeing that you need to really honor yourself above all. And when you begin to honor yourself above all, that is when creativity will come in. That's when love will come in. That's when, you know, your intuition will be more on point. Okay, when you honor yourself, because this card was crossing this, when you honor yourself above all this year, Aries, your creativity, your intuition, your love life, all of that, your emotional health, everything will be more it will be more on point for you because you're honoring yourself above all. Now, when it comes to your love life, okay, Aries, I do have the very first card is the Seven of Pentacles. So you have been working hard, I feel like, to make your relationships grow. You've been working hard to make your friendships grow. You've been putting in work, okay? But the one thing this year that you need to keep in mind, Aries, is the Emperor. Make sure that you are putting up those healthy boundaries in your friendships, in your relationships. Make sure that you are allowing the rules, you know, lines that won't be crossed to be known. Make sure that you have those boundaries up. The boundaries are known. Make sure that you are having a healthy structure to your love life and to your friendship life, because you can work on shit however long that you want to work on it for. But if you're not working on it in a way that it's healthy, it's maintaining a healthy balance for you and for those that you are in the love or relationships with, it's not gonna do shit. I love the Emperor because this is the card of the new year. It's 2020. 2 + 2, 4. So it is the year of the Emperor, which I do love. And this is the sign of Aries also. Just so you guys know, this is an Aries. So your lifeline in your relationships, in your love life, your lifeline is the foundation. It's the structures. It's the give and take. And you have to make sure this year, Aries, that you have enough give and take. Okay? Now, when it comes to your career this year, Aries, we have the Seven of Swords. So this year, you may feel like you have to kind of let go of those workship friendships. Okay? You might have to let go of the workship friendships, or you also may even have to leave without even letting people know. Don't even put in the 2 weeks. Don't even put in the 2 weeks notice and just bounce because you're feeling underappreciated. And the thing that I like about this is that the King of Wands is right on top of that. Another fire sign for your ass, okay? So we have the King of Wands on top of that. So you may have a boss. There may be a boss in your life this year that you kind of really feel, you know, this person kind of is charming people into believing them, and it's not really helping. Okay, Happy New Year's to you too, Bella Mambo. But there could be, or this could even be you, where you're feeling like your potential is not being met at where you're at. And if you feel as though your potential is not being met where you're at, then you have to do the most rational thing and bounce. Okay, so be very mindful of that this year. Now, when it comes to your mental health, okay? When it comes to your mental health, to your physical health and all those things, I have the King of Pentacles for you. And I like that the King of Pentacles is here because I do see that you're very satisfied. You're going to be very satisfied with your life this year. You're going to be very satisfied with the materialistic shit. But then we have the Hermit that crosses that, which is telling me that you're going to have to be a bit more introspective. in order to make sure that your mental health and your emotional health is doing its job, is like it's good, you're going to have to go a little bit, like, this is surface level. The King of Pentacles is surface level because this is the Pentacles represents earth energy. So I feel like this is not going deep. He's very much happy with how, you know, his life is going and his jobs and all that. But the Hermit comes in and tells us, bitch, you got to go a little deeper this year, Aries. So I do think this is going to be a good year for you, Aries, but you have to make sure that you're willing to do the work. Next up, we have Taurus. Next up, we have Taurus. All right, Taurus. All right, Taurus. Next up, we have Taurus. So, Taurus, what do you have for your 2020? What does Taurus have coming in for 2020, Spirit? What does Taurus have coming in for 2020, Spirit? What is Taurus? Oh, Lord. We have the Queen of Swords. And the Six of Pentacles is right on top of that. Whew. What do we have for Taurus? Money and love. This is your love, okay. Money. Oof. Yes, okay. So Taurus, what I have for you. So Taurus, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, this is the kind of year that you need to get out of your feelings and you need to get down to business. We have the Queen. We have the Queen of Swords here, okay? Are these for the sun signs? No, these are for sun, moon, and rising, sweetheart. Lex down. So we have the Queen of Swords here. And I'm going to tell you, Taurus, this year, use your past pain, use your past situations, and use them as, you know, a way for you to kind of be smarter about the situations you put yourself in. You have so much wisdom inside. You have transformed so many times that you have to sometimes use that sorrow, that pain, that doubt. You use it as a motivator to keep going, okay? One thing I see here for you, Taurus, is definitely to use all of those past experiences that may not have been the best for you, but to use them this year to be like, you know what? I got this shit this year. And on top of that, we have the Six of Pentacles. And Taurus, you are a very generous person. Taurus, you are very generous. You want to help others. But you have to kind of ask yourself, are you helping to be seen? Or are you helping to help? You know, there's a fine line between how we help and why we help. But with this, I feel as though, you know, make sure you're being generous to those that really need it. Okay, make sure you're being generous for the right reasons this year. And not because you are seeing someone who's been in the past like you and you're like, oh, I want to help them out because their situation's similar to mine. Not everyone needs help. Not everyone needs you to be that voice that they can vent to. Not everyone needs that. Some people need tough love, and that's where the Queen of Swords comes in, and she's that tough love, okay? So when it comes to relationships for you, my love bug, the Nine of Pentacles, okay? Creative, discipline. And I feel like this is asking you to get creative in your love life. You know, sometimes you get so caught up in the everyday routine, the mundaneness. You get stuck in like this kind of role. And I feel the Nine of Pentacles is like, if you want everything that you want, you have to kind of think of outside the box. You have to kind of tap into your imagination, tap into that fantasy, tap into that so you don't grow bored, okay? Now, the Knight of Cups is crossing it. And what is going to be your downfall this year? Because we all thought, like, originally I thought that this was a great card, the Knight of Cups. Like, oh my God, this is a great card. But in all honesty, the Knight of Cups is kind of a card that's like empty promises. It's like empty, right? Because we have this person, the horse is slow. Okay, first off, the horse is going slow as fuck. Secondly, she has this empty cup. I don't know if anyone noticed that the cup is empty. And, you know, she's looking at the cup. So I feel like with this is like looking at past relationships, looking at friendships, looking at all those things that will not bring you any emotional satisfaction, any love, anything. So you have to let go of that dead weight. You have to let go of that dead weight this year, okay? You have to let go of trying to make things work that are just not meant to work. And you have to be able to use your intuition and discern what is meant to work for you this year and what is not meant to work for you this year. Because if you really tap into yourself, into your higher self, into spirit, you'll know what is meant to work for you and what is not meant to work. Okay, but with this Knight of Cups, you know, this is the downfall of it. You know, you can put in your work and you can relax and enjoy the people in your life, but you also have to be able to cut ties and stop working so hard for the people that don't deserve it. This is empty promises, fantasies, empty shit that's not realistic, that can't bear no fruit. You gotta let it go. Now, Taurus, for your work, I am seeing the Two of Cups, so I am seeing you and your significant other maybe working very hard this year to accomplish all your goals this year. I am seeing that you cannot work alone this year. It has to be team effort this year when it comes to your career. Also, you may be working for your family. You're working to make your family happy. You're working to make ends meet this year. But I do see you and your partner. There's that strength. You and your partner have to have that strength this year to kind of be a team and really bounce ideas off of each other, uplift each other, you know, really be there for each other. Now we have the Ten of Cups crossing that, and what I want you to understand, Taurus, it's okay to allow other people to support you. Like, go talk to your friends if you're feeling blocked. You know, talk to your family, get advice from people if you need advice this year when it comes to your working, okay? Because we all need someone to talk to, all right? So I am seeing that you're really, like, you have to kind of depend on your spouse or whoever this person is for you. You have to depend on them. Now, when it comes to your mental health, Taurus, and you know, I always feel so attacked by this because I am a Taurus. So I'm like looking at these cards like, what does this mean for me? But when it comes to your mental health, Taurus, I have the Magician here. And when I see the Magician, it's like, I want you to understand, Taurus, you can't keep everything pent up. The Magician is a channel of energy. Energy from the top, and he puts it into a realistic goals, right? So I think this year, Taurus, for you with the Magician, you have to understand, in order to create that life that you want, in order to manifest all those things that you want, you have to be an open channel, which means you have to get off your chest the things that are bothering you. You need to meditate. You need to write down. You need to journal. You need to pray. You need to connect to spirit. There needs to be that connection so that you can bring things into fruition, okay? And you need to use the elements. You need to use that source. This is an everlasting energy. Spirit is an everlasting energy, and you need to let that help you. Now, the Tower is crossing you. So I am seeing this year something that is going to really kind of fuck with your mental health, but you have to just be mindful of it, is the Tower. So you may be humbled this year, Taurus. You may be humbled this year. You may have a lot stripped down. You may have a lot taken from you, but this is to build a better foundation. You're really going to have to tap into that shadow this year and really figure out what is it that, you know, what is it in yourself that you don't seem to like? What are you ashamed of? All those things. And you're going to have to battle it out with your shadow this year, Taurus. But I always think of the Tower as a blessing. Okay, these are things that maybe you haven't paid attention to that you need to, okay? So next up, who's next? Cancer? Gemini? One of y'all. We'll do Gemini is next. Let's see what we got, Gemini. What does Gemini need to know for this new year, Spirit? What does Gemini need to know for this new year? What does Gemini? What does Gemini need to know for this new year? Let's see what we get, guys. Gemini. What is Gemini? What is Gemini? Ooh, very first one. And this was reversed, and I'm going to keep it that way. Woo! Very first one, Gemini. Okay, and the wheel on top of that. All right, very first one, Gemini. Gemini. What does Gemini need to know for this new year, Spirit? What is Gemini? Ooh, and there we go. Ooh. Happy New Year to all of you lovely people that are wishing me Happy New Year. Happy New Year. All right. What does Gemini need to know when it comes to work? for this new year, Spirit? What does Gemini need to know when it comes to, ooh, there we go, thank you. When it comes to work, all right. What does Gemini need to know when it comes to their mental health this year? So gems. Oh, strength, I love it. Okay, Gemini, real quick, and I say this with love. Whatever relationship you are in this year, Gemini, will not work out for you. It just won't work. We have the Lovers reversed here. So this is a relationship that maybe you've been trying to force. This is a relationship that you just are hung up on this person. You love this person. You want to be. This is not a year for you to have this relationship. I feel like this is a year for you to figure out what is it that you really want. Who's the kind of person that you want? What are the values that you want that person to have and that you have? But I do see here with the Lovers being reversed, this is not a year of relationships for you. There will be a breakup if there hasn't already been a breakup, or maybe you broke up last year and you've been trying to get back together with them. This is not the year to do it. This is not the year to try to rehash that out. We have that followed by the Wheel is on top of there. So I honestly, with the Wheel being on top of that, you have to understand that not everything is meant to be understood. Some relationships just don't work out simply because they're not meant to work out. Not that you are not good enough for the other person or the other person doesn't love you. Things just don't work out. So you have to kind of understand that, okay, some things don't work out. That's fine, and you keep it pushing. You don't take everything so personal, okay? So I am seeing that this relationship will not work. It's definitely something that you may have tried, maybe tried a couple times, maybe 2, 3, 4 times, and it's just not working, okay? So no ex-nay on the relationship. Now, when it comes to your love life, friends, family, all that jazz, we have the Knight of Cups reversed. And remember, I said this is a very unfulfilling card, and it's reversed. So I feel like the Wheel represents understanding that everything isn't meant to be understood. With the Knight of Cups reversed, it's definitely you're not open to receive, or you're not looking in the right areas for those blessings to come in, for that love to come in. And we have the 5 of Cups. So there's going to be that loss that you're going to be focusing on for most of the year. There's this loss that you're just not trying to let yourself get over, Gemini. And because you're not allowing yourself to get over that, Gemini, you will not see the possibilities of, other things that you could be doing instead of focusing on love. Now, when it comes to your work, okay, when it comes to your work, Gemini, you have been very kind of tolerant. You've been kind of tolerant. And with the Ace of Swords, I feel like everyone around you needs a heavy dose of the truth. And you yourself need a heavy dose of the truth. Are you happy doing the job that you're doing? Are you happy with the way your boss talks to you? Are you happy with the way your coworkers talk to you? Are you happy with how much you're getting paid? You need to be honest. There needs to be honesty here. And also we have the 7 of Cups reversed. We have the 7 of Cups. And with the Ace of Swords, it's like you're living in your head, like you're thinking of, oh my God, one day this is gonna happen. Well, one day I'm gonna get paid what I want. One day my boss is gonna treat me with respect. One day is today. So you have to kind of stop living in your head and thinking about all the possibilities and kind of commit to making them happen this year, okay? Now, when it comes to your mental health, okay? We have the 2 of Cups reversed. So again, there's that relationship that's not working, right? And you're very hung up. In your mental health, you're very hung up on this relationship that will not work. You're very hung up on it, right? So we have that 2 of Cups. And again, you have to accept that some things just do not work. Some things are just not meant to work. On top of that, we have the Strength card, right? And when I see this, it does take strength to go through a bad breakup. It does take self-discipline to not go back, to not be seen as weak, or to not go crawling back to that lover. It takes a lot of strength. And this year, you're going to have to dig deep into your strength, okay? Into, that part of you that's like, you don't need to be in a relationship to know who you are. Okay? And that is what I have for you, Gemini. Next up, Cancer. We'll do Cancer next. Cancer. All right, Cancer. What do we have in store this year, 2020, for Cancer? What do we have in store, Spirit, for Cancer this year? What do we have in store for Cancer? For the Cancer Zodiac in 2020. What is, oh, thank you, Spirit. Ooh, what is in store for the Cancer Zodiac in 2020? Thank you. What is in store for the Cancer Zodiac 2020? What is, oh, thank you, in store for the Cancer Zodiac in 2020? Thank you, Spirit. What is in store for the Cancer? Ooh, flipping out. What's in store for the Cancer Zodiac? And the Emperor has made his appearance again. Woo. All right, I'll take this one. All right, Cancer, my Cancer peoples, my Cancer peoples. What do we have? So overall, this year for you, Cancer, the Eight of Swords reversed. So I'm seeing that you're going to be doing, you have done a lot of work, and you're going to be continue to do a lot of work this year to bringing yourself out of that mental trap. You're going to be doing a lot of work. And I think a good thing that's going to kind of distract you from those thoughts in your head is whatever you're studying or learning. Maybe you're going back to school. Maybe you're learning a new maybe you're learning a new trade. Maybe you're studying astrology, or you're studying tarot, or you're studying how to become an electrician. Whatever it is, this thing that you're doing, it's going to really help you get yourself out of your head. It's really going to help you do, it's really going to help you believe in yourself more. So whatever it is that you're about to uptake studying, bravo. Now, when it comes to your love life, we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, so something has happened in your love life that you're kind of ashamed of. Maybe you cheated, maybe the other person cheated. You're embarrassed to be seen taken off guard. You kind of feel like you were caught off guard. You kind of feel like, fuck, like, oh, how could this happen to me? I usually always have my guard up. And the one time you let your guard down, boom, something bad happened to you. And maybe you've been in your feelings. But then we have the Queen of Wands to come in here and say to you, you know what? That may have happened, but you can still appreciate life. You can still love yourself. You can still find joy in the small things. You can still find joy in life, even though, you know, this person may have hurt you, or your friendships you might be disappointed in a friend. Someone may have caught you off guard and you feel like, fuck, I should have known better, right? So this year, definitely focus on appreciating what you have, being happy about being alive, kind of, and really don't even pay attention to, you know, that feeling of, fuck, I should have known better. We all fuck up, especially when it comes to love. Someone may have really broken your heart or hurt you in a way, and you're definitely gonna bounce back this year. Now, when it comes to your career, okay. Oh, thank you. When it comes to your career, we have the Page of Wands. So I'm kind of getting the feeling that you don't know what you want to do career-wise. You don't know what the fuck you want to do. Okay, Cancer? You're really not sure what you want to do. Okay. Like kids, they say, oh, I want to be this when I grow up. Oh, I want to be that when I grow up. But they really don't know what they want to be when they grow up, right? So I have a feeling that you don't really know what you want to do with your career this year. And it's okay. You don't have to know what you want to do. But then I have this crossing it. I have the High Priest crossing it. So you have been very stagnant, okay? And your stagnation has made it so that you don't know what next step to take. Okay, so you really have to, the only way to defeat being stagnant or defeat being passive is by going out and doing something, okay? Because you have a lot of potential. You have so much potential, but potential, everyone has it. There was a video I saw, it's like everyone has potential. It's what you do with that potential. It's what you do with that, okay? And you can stand out, and I like this person just looking, like she's looking around. She has so many things that she could do. And you can look all you want, but unless you begin to take action, you won't get anywhere. Now, when it comes to your mental health, your physical health, and all that jazz, we have the Emperor. Again, he appeared. So again, this year for you, when it comes to your mental health, when it comes to your physical health, there needs to be structure, discipline. You need to parent the fuck out of yourself this year, making those doctor appointments, making your therapy appointments, making, you know, those rules that people can't overstep, those boundaries. You can't, I'm not comfortable with this, I'm not comfortable with that. You need to just like, boom, it is what it is. Like, you have to respect my feelings. It's getting your respect this year, okay? And what's crossing that is the Three of Swords. So with the Three of Swords crossing the Emperor, I feel like you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Cancer. I feel like you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I feel like you don't want to step on anyone's toes. And the thing is, fuck people. Fuck that. Fuck it. Because you maybe someone hurt you and you don't want to hurt other people. So you're like, oh, I don't want to put up those boundaries. I don't want to put up those, and I don't want to. Nah, fuck that shit. Put up your boundaries. Put up your walls. Do what you discipline yourself. Take care of yourself, because no one else is going to take care of your mental health. No one else is going to take care of your emotional health. No one else is going to do that. Okay, you have to do it for yourself this year, right? And you cannot let that past pain that you had, that past hurt, you can't allow that to get in your way this year. Okay, now for some reason in my head I have Leo, so we're gonna do Leo next. I don't know why, but Leo has popped up in my head, so we're gonna do Leo. It just like came to me while I'm like reading the cards. Leo, so we'll do Leo. So Spirit, what do we have in store for Leo 2020? What do we have in store for Leo this new year? What does Leo need to know coming into this year to, like, you know, bring out their highest and greatest good? What does Leo need to know? What does Leo need to know? Ooh, very. Ooh. What does Leo need to know? I'm going to tell y'all why that's funny in a minute. What does Leo need to know? What does Leo... Oh, thank you. What does Leo need to know? Thank you. What does Leo need to know this year? Ooh, thank you. All right, Leo. What does it need to know this year? I'm going to tell you why this is so... Like, I'm laughing at my deck. And I find myself doing that a lot, laughing at my deck. Because the very first card that came out for you is the Lion. Strength. You are going to need your strength this year. And when I see this card for you, Leo, this is self-mastery. This is self-mastery, self-discipline, being honest with yourself about, you know, okay, we need to do what we say we're going to do when we say we're going to do it. Okay, Leo? This is understanding that strength that you do have inside is eternal. You can always tap into it. You can always tap into that reservoir you have of strength and of discipline and of mental discipline. You always have it. It's always there. You just have to tap into it, okay? So for you, Leo, strength is your card, and it's crossed by the Eight of Wands because there is going to be so many things that you want to do this year. Just go. And I feel like you're ready. You're like, go, 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 go. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. But you want to know the funny thing about these wands? You never see where they land. You never see where the wands land. So be mindful this year that you're not just throwing your wand at something saying, I want to do that, I want to do that, I want to do that. And you're not checking to see if it hit its mark. So you're not following through. You get what I'm saying? You're not following through. And this is where that self-mastery, this is where that self-discipline, this is where all that comes to play. Because you have to make sure that you discipline yourself and you master yourself enough to know, okay, wait, I did one stick. Let me make sure that it hit its mark. It did what it did, and then on to the next. But don't just have all this energy and you want to go, you want to go, you want to go, and you have like nothing to show for it, Leo. Okay? Okay? Shooting blind, exactly. Don't be shooting blind. Like, just make sure you know where your mark is headed, okay? Now, Leo, when it comes to your relationships and your love life, I do have the Seven of Pentacles here. So I feel like you're impatient. You want to see results of your relationships when you want to see the results. And that's not how life works. You can't just force people to do what you want them to do when you can't force people to grow if they're not like want to do the work for themselves. Okay. You can't force people to do things, and you can't give up on anyone because they're not acting the way you want them to act. That's kind of fucking selfish. It's kind of very selfish. You can't just, you know, oh, they're not showing me what I want to see. They're not growing at the rate that I want them to grow, so I'm done here. You wouldn't want no one to give up on you that easy. You wouldn't want that for yourself. Okay, so the thing that I'm seeing here, we have to cross that as the Three of Pentacles, right? So you need to learn. You need to learn. Maybe you need to take a fucking course in relationships, read some books, whatever it may be. But there is this, you need to learn and you need to look at other and study how other relationships work and how other people, you know, do what they have to do. But you cannot just give up on people. Like, think about it. If you consistently give up on people that come into your life, you're going to be left alone. Because everyone makes mistakes. Everyone, you know, everyone goes through that phase where they don't know what they're doing and they don't want to grow. And they, you know, everyone goes through that phase, but you can't just give up on people, on your goals, on making a relationship work, on making your friendship work. You can't just give up. Now, when it comes to your career, all right, I feel like you know what you want, but then you don't. You're kind of a bit unfocused. You're not really sure where you're going next. You're not really sure, Leo. You don't know. And this is why it's so funny, because with these Eight of Wands, it's kind of that same, like, I don't know, but I'm going to throw this wand. Like, I don't know, but I'm going to do that. I don't know. And you really have to take a step back and ask yourself, what do you want to do career-wise? What do you want to do? How can we make it work? Write down your list. Write down, you know, this. Write down that. How do you want it to go, right? And we're crossed by the Fool. So I feel Spirit saying there is infinite possibilities to what you could do this year. Infinite. There's infinite amounts of jobs, career choices, you know. And the great thing about the Fool, well, the world's telling him he needs to know where he's going next. He don't give a fuck. He doesn't feel like he has to know. And sometimes that's the biggest blessing, is knowing that you don't have to know where you're going to be 10 years from now. All you have to know is where you're going to be in this next moment. The Fool is not really cared about. He doesn't really care about where he's going to be in the next 5 years. He's taking it one day at a time. And that's something, like, maybe you feel pressured, Leo, to have your life figured out. Maybe you feel pressured. And that in itself is a sin. Don't feel pressured. Take a step back and really try to evaluate, what do you like doing? What brings you joy? What makes you happy? Okay? Now, when it comes to your mental health, okay, Six of Swords. So there is something that you're moving on from. There is a mindset or maybe a situation that happened, a mentality, you're moving on from it. You're letting it go. And for your mental health, a vacation may help you this year. But you're moving on from some type of mentality, some mentality that has hurt you or that has really proven to kind of fuck with you. You're letting that go, okay? And one thing that's going to help you let that go is the Four of Cups. And this is kind of, when I see this card, this is appreciating the work that you've done. Appreciating yourself and where you are in life. And when I see Spirit holding this cup out, it's take the fucking cup. take the fucking cup. It may be hard to move on, but there's that cup. Wait, take the cup. Take the cup of emotional stability, of mental stability. Take that cup. Leave that behind, but take that cup, okay? And appreciate where you are in life and where you're headed, all right? And that is your message, Leo. Someone asked me to do Aquarius because, like, now I'm all, like, over the place. So I guess we could do Aquarius. Let's do it. So what do we have for Aquarius? Let me have some of my shake. I made a smoothie. Let me have some of it. Because I be talking and I get hella thirsty. So 2020 predictions for Aquarius. 2020 predictions for Aquarius. 2020 predictions for... You did not miss Pisces. I will do Pisces next. I can do Sagittarius too. I'm doing all of the Zodiacs, booze. Okay. So Aquarius, Spirit, what do we have for Aquarius this year for 2020? What do we have for this? What do we have for Aquarius this year for 2020? What do we have for Aquarius for 2020, Spirit? Thank you. What do we have for Aquarius for 2020, Spirit? What do we have for Aquarius for 2020? Ooh, thank you. What do we have for... Oh, dear Jesus. All the cards want to come out for you this year, Aquarius. What do we have for Aquarius for 2020? Oh, thank you. What do we have for Aquarius? Thank you. For 2020, Spirit. Okay. All right. So, Aquarius. Like, with this card... Okay. The Sun is your card. Reversed. So, this is telling me you're happy, but you're not fully happy. You're happy, but you're not happy. And I feel like this has a lot to do with your work. With what you are... What you're focusing goal-wise on. That's what's not making you happy. Maybe you were so set on a certain career path, and this year you're going to find yourself really questioning that career path. You're going to find yourself not being fully happy because there's something about it that just doesn't fit with you. Okay, Aquarius, because since this is crossing, it's like... I don't feel like you're living up to the life that you want to lead. Like, and the career choice that you're making or the art that you're doing, maybe there's something more that you want to be doing and you're not allowing yourself the space to do it. And this is what's going to really cause you not to be fully happy this year. So you need to ask yourself, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your school, this could even signify school. Maybe you're studying or you're majoring something that you're really not happy with. You really don't feel like this is, and maybe you got forced to do it by like family. Oh, you won't make any money doing that. You won't make any money doing that. So maybe this is something that you're like, oh, I mean, I'll be happy doing it, but will I be like really happy doing it? Okay. Now, when it comes to your love life for this year, Aquarius, I do have the Wheel of Fortune. And again, with the Wheel of Fortune, I'm going to tell you all this. Accept that you don't understand everything. I don't see it being bad for you. I see positivity from this wheel. But I want you also to understand that some things may happen this year in your relationships, in your friendships, that you don't fully understand, and it's not meant for you to understand. It's not, probably won't even be about you, Aquarius. And I know that you rarely put yourself out there. And this is something I feel Spirit saying. You may rarely put yourself out there, so now that you have, now that you have put yourself out there this for your friends, you may be like, oh, damn, like, I need to understand why this is happening. I'm this person. I'm that person. Why is this happening? And not everything is meant to be understood, boo. So crossing that, we have the King of Pentacles. So I do see, like, there's this satisfaction. Like, you're satisfied. You will be very satisfied with your love life and your friends this year. I feel like you've worked hard for it. You've worked hard to acquire this group of friends that you have and these people that you do trust, and you feel very secure. That's another thing for the King of Pentacles, security, because that's an earth sign thing, right? Security. So I feel like you feel very secure with those people that you have, like your best friend, that bitch got your back, right? You know that this person, if you need to call them up and talk to them on the phone, you have your circle of friends and you're very satisfied with that, okay? And I want you to keep that this year. Now, when it comes to work, again, you're observing. I feel like you're very observative. Like, you're observing how you feel, like everything about it. You're observing your job, and you're seeing yourself going through the motions, and you're observing it, and you're looking, and you're just like, do I want to do this? You're very like, and you're very detached. You're very detached from your job this year. You're going to be very observative of, is this where I see my life in the next 5, 6, 7 years? Okay. And the one thing that is crossing you is a Knight of Wands. So this, I'm going to tell you, do not jump to any fucking, but you might actually just randomly quit your job one day. You might just have that impulse and boom, quit your job. I want you to think it through, but you have to trust your gut. If you're not happy, you're not happy. Now, when it comes to your mental health and your physical health, okay, we do have the Queen of Cups here. So this is telling me, Aquarius, that you have this deep intuitive knowing. You have this intuitive knowing. You have this deep, deep knowing. And what may come to pass for you this year is that, you know, you begin to realize how important your emotional health is. When I see the Queen of Cups, I feel like she's telling me, yo, my emotional health is very important. Also, taking cleansing baths this year for you, Aquarius, may be a big thing. Staying near water, using that water element for yourself this year may prove very, very efficient. Now, when I see her, I see intuition. Okay, I see intuition, trusting your intuition this year. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Swords crossing that, which is telling me also be honest this year. And the thing with honesty is that you have to be honest regardless of the consequences. Okay, you have to be honest regardless of the consequences. You have to be honest regardless of who you may lose, and you have to be honest with yourself. I need a spiritual bath. Glamour magic, I love it. Glamour magic will help your confidence rise, and I do feel like the Queen of Cups is someone that may do some glamour magic, but being honest with yourself this year will prove to be very, very beneficial to you, Aquarius. Okay, and you will have a lot of victories over mental battles this year. All right, so that's Aquarius. Who did they ask me to do next? Was it Sag? I forget who y'all asked me to do next. Pisces. There we go. Pisces peeps. My Pisces. I have no idea how many I have left. Y'all gonna have to remind me. Pisces. So what do we have for Pisces in 2020? What do we have for Pisces in 2020? What do we have for Pisces? Ooh, very first card. What do we have for Pisces in 2020, Spirit? What do we have for Pisces? Shit. What do we have for Pisces, Spirit? Oh, thank you. What do we have for... Okay. What do we have for Pisces? Here we go, another card. What do we have for Pisces? Ooh, another card. Pisces, you're having a crazy year already, I can tell. Crazy year. Pisces, what do we have for Pisces? Ooh. What do we have for... Okay, Pisces. Oh, listen, I've never seen this for a reading that I've done yet, but I'm going to tell you guys when it comes to your mental health, we have the 10 of Swords crossed by the 10 of Wands for Pisces. So keep that in mind. Whew. All right, so overall, first, let's dive deep into this shit. Okay. Overall, for your year this year is the 10 of Pentacles for your overall year. And for this, and I have to say it, Pisces, you need to stop being so caught up in the material. You need to stop being so caught up in fantasy, in what you wish your life could be, in what you wish your life could be this, you wish your life could be that, because you really lose the magic in the everyday to day life. And I feel for you, this is why you need to learn to appreciate the family that you have, the friendships that you have, appreciate the things that you have now, because, you know, some people don't have the things that you have. You have to find the magic in the mundane, And when I say mundane, I don't mean boring. I mean in reality. Find the magic in reality. Okay, stop wishing that you were someone else, or your family was someone else, or your boyfriend was someone else, or your girlfriend. Like, stop wishing that you or the person you're with or the life that you have was something else. Okay? Stop that. That's not gonna, because we're crossed by death. Death is crossing you. So it's time this year for a transformation. It's time to allow a way of being, a way of thinking to die. It's done. It's not helping you. It's not giving you what you need. Okay? So you have to let it go. Transformation is key this year. Allowing the old way of thinking, the old way of being, the old belief system, you need to let it go. It has to go. It has to go. Because you will never be happy with what you have if you're always thinking in your head, but it could be better. Now, when it comes to your love life, now we have the Seven of Cups reversed. So I feel as though I feel with the Seven of Cups, I feel like you're ready to give up. Like, you're ready to give up the fantasy. You're ready to get your head out the fucking clouds. And I'm proud of you, okay? And it's going to take you working hard. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to not give up. You're going to have to buckle down and keep working at it. Work, because relationships, that's what it takes. It takes work. Friendships take work. Any type of relationship you have takes work. Your relationship with yourself takes work. So for your relationships this year, I am seeing work, bitch. You gotta work, okay? Now, when it comes to your job, when it comes to your career, I am seeing the Ace of Pentacles reverse. So I feel as though because you're so focused on daydreaming, head in the fucking clouds, that you're missing out on good beginnings. Creation. You're missing out on opportunities. Okay? You're missing out on opportunities. And this is why I'm telling you, you need to get your fucking head out the clouds. Now, we have the Two of Pentacles reversing that. And what you need to focus on is creating this routine, this dance. Because this is what life is, a dance. And you have to want to dance, and you have to want to see that life is a dance. You have to find the joy in life. You have to find the joy in your career. You have to find a way to balance your career and everything else in a way that it's harmony and you're happy. With your career, you may have been wanting to get a promotion. You may have been wanting to get that new job. You may have been wanting to have this or have that, but it's not coming through for you as quick as you wanted it to. And it may not come through for you because you kind of have been in this, nothing makes me happy. Well, if nothing makes you happy, the universe ain't gonna send you nothing else. Is this a year reading? Yes, it's a year reading for every sign. If nothing makes you happy, if what you have, you do not find the beauty in it, the universe will not send you anything else. It's not going to send you nothing else until you learn how to dance with what you have, until you learn how to love what you have. All right? Now, your mental health, boo. Your mental health for you, my loves, is the Ten of Swords crossed by the Ten of Wands. So immediately, there's a situation in your life, Pisces, that you are not allowing to end. Maybe you like being dramatic about it. Maybe you like the drama. Maybe you like, because some people, even though situations are bad, they like it. They like that they're in the bad situation because all eyes are on them. Or because they get the chance to be mad at someone. I don't know. But with this, I'm seeing you need to let go of a memory, of a grudge that you're holding, of this thing that you won't let go of. This, you have to let go of it this year. It has to go. And the Ten of Wands on it. So it's telling me that you're struggling. You're struggling to hold on to this. Whatever this is in your mind, memory, emotion, a situation you don't want to fucking... This is Pisces, sweetheart. You don't want to let go of. You gotta let it go. You're struggling here. Holding all this in. Holding on to all this shit. You're struggling. And you have to let it go. It has to end. Okay? Because with the tens, you know, tens signify completion. You're not letting something come to a close. Maybe it's a disagreement or it's something, but you're not letting it come to a close. You're not, and it's really eating you up and you're struggling. You're not even focused on where you're going. You're in your emotions, you're in your feelings, and it's really, I feel like it's kind of a pride thing for you, Pisces. You're so prideful. You don't want to be the first one to fold. But you're hurting yourself in the long run. You're hurting yourself. Okay, you're hurting yourself in the end. So that's your reading, Pisces. Sagittarius is next. I don't think I have that many left, which is good. Okay. Sagittarius. What do we have for Sag? Whew. What do we have for Sag? That Saggy guy. That Saggy guy. What do we have for Sag? Oh. Actually, I don't want this video to end, so I'll probably just end it and then come right back on. The map. Hello. Actually, okay, I'll just keep going until the timer tells me it's done. So this is for Sagittarius. This is for my Sagittarians. This is for my Sagittarians. What does Sagittarius have coming in for them in 2020? Ooh, already. What does Sagittarius have coming in for them in 2020, Spirit? What does Sagittarius have coming in for them for 2020? What is that? What does Sagittarius have coming in for them for 2020, Spirit? What does Sagittarius have coming in? Ooh, okay, that one. Cool. Okay, Sag. So first off, Sag, for this year we have the Page of Swords. So this is telling me that you're kind of really you're kind of observing everything around you this year. You're kind of like looking around like, what needs to be fixed? But your conviction is lacking because you're not like, you're going to be observing a lot of things and you're going to be looking around and seeing, what needs to be worked on, what needs to be done, how can you fix it? You're observing. Looking around. Okay, I see that's not right. But then we have this Knight of Cups to cross it. And with the Knight of Cups, again, this is like unfulfilled. So maybe you said you were going to do something, but you don't do it. And you have to be very careful this year to not make those promises you don't fulfill. Okay, Sag? You got to be very, very... Because this is the thing that I like that the Page of Swords is your card, because you are very looking for what's next and expansion and all of that. You love that. So you're looking around like, oh, what's next? But you have to be careful because you'll head in a direction and not complete it. Okay? Now, I did laugh. Someone said, oh, no, you laughed. I did laugh because some of the cards are just so funny for me. When it comes to your love life, your relationships, again, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? And again, this year, when it comes to your relationships, understand that not everything needs to be understood. Okay, Sag? Not everything needs to be understood. If you lose a friendship, it's life. You're not going to keep all your friends. You're not going to keep all your relationships. So you have to understand that this year, you have to just go with the flow. Kind of go with the flow, bro. Go with the flow. Like, allow yourself to go through the cycles. And you'll come out stronger. Now, that is crossed by the Page of Wands, right? So this is telling me that you have an excitement when it comes to... There's this childish, like, excitement. Like, when it comes to your relationships and your friendships, like, you're kind of excited this year to see where it goes, to see how it goes, okay? And I want you to hold on to that. But whenever I see a page or a knight, I'm just like, ugh. Because the page is that childish energy. So maybe you just have this, like, you want to recreate those friendships that you had when you were a kid. I feel that for Sag, because I feel like you are a loner, but you also are the funniest person in the room. And you also do love whatever connections you do make. Okay, Sag? So I do see it as you're trying to re-spark that like joy, re-spark that childish energy in a lot of your relationships this year, in a lot of your friendships this year, okay? Next up, we have your career. The World. You are not very happy with your job right now. I feel like you're not happy with your job. You're not happy. You don't feel very successful. You don't feel very, like, you're giving it your all. You don't feel very good about your job. You're not really happy with what you're bringing to the world. You're not very happy with that. And a lot of this is like, I feel like your pride has been wounded. You're disappointed. Someone disappointed you in your work. I feel like maybe your boss backstabbed you, or your coworker betrayed you, or, you know, there's this fuck kind of feeling, okay? And this is why you're feeling very unsuccessful, because I feel like you were betrayed. I feel like there's a betrayal that is going to happen for you this year when it comes to your job. And I do feel as though this is going to make you take a step back. I do. Now, when it comes to your mental health, physical health, whatever you may call it, we have the Queen of Cups reversed. So a lot of you are not trusting your own intuition. You're not feeling very connected. And I do think you need to cleanse yourself. Cleanse yourself. Cleanse it. Because, you know, you cannot do your best if you are not spiritually clean. If that negative energy does not let go, because what we have on top of that is a 10 of Swords. So I really feel as though, you know, you're holding on to a lot. You don't want to admit your own emotions. Another thing. You don't want to admit your own emotions. You don't want to admit how you feel. And maybe Sagittarius, you don't like tapping into your emotion. You don't like feeling. Okay? Maybe that's what it is. But until you let this situation go, until you face it and be honest about it, it's nothing's going to get done. Nothing's going to get fixed. So you really need to deal with whatever it is that's fucking you up. Okay? And then, you know, that's what's going to help you. You have to tap back into your emotion. What emotions? Exactly. My point exactly. I have 1 minute and 47 seconds left, so I'm going to hop back on this live. And this one, save it, hop back on. I don't even know how many I have left, but I'll be back. Bye.